Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are an emerging nation, been around a little over 5 years, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. We're now expanding our economy, and that hopefully will improve our treasury and benefit all our citizens because they all hold our currency. We give it to them free every month. Anybody can become a citizen. No fee, no obligation. Come along, register, and you're in. Okay? Lots of things you can get involved in if you choose, but it's always at your option. We are also a non-separatist community, and that means we're not going to put you into a group based on your gender, color, class, creed, educational level, financial status, or anything else. We simply see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology after our very short opening prayer to help us find true happiness in life, not short-term pleasure. You may say that, oh, I get my new car and it keeps me happy, not short term. I'm happy with it for 2 years until I want a new one. Well, 2 years is short term. What we're looking at is that ever new joy that's with you, in you every day, every morning, no matter what's going on around you. You'll still have peaks of pleasure and days where you're a little bit saddened, but underneath it all, you'll have that joy, that calmness. And that is something that everybody seeks. And the only way you can get it is through loving service to others. It's not something you can buy. The great thing about being of loving service to others is that it attracts into your life everything that you need. So that's what our little prayer's about and our affirmation. We'll get to that in just a second, but let me welcome you. Whether you're watching us live now, joining us live here, which is great, or whether you're watching the replay, and that's great as well. The advantage of being here live, of course, is you can put questions in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them for you. You can also interact with other members that are here. Unfortunately, on Facebook, the chat and comments doesn't carry through to here, so it doesn't really work. But in YouTube, if you're watching in YouTube, then it does. If you're in the R-Link app itself, of course, which is really the best way, then you have lots of other advantages as well. But we do stream live on Facebook and in YouTube, and that automatically records all these events, and you can pick them up at whatever time of day is convenient for you, keep you involved, keep you up to date. So let's start right now with that little prayer and the affirmation, and then I'll bring you up to date with where we are today. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation, we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, great. Let's get going. Who have we got here? We've got Lewis and Norman Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, Norman from Doncaster, England, and you've got me, of course, from Cornwall in England. And let's have a look who we've got in other areas from YouTube, for example. We've got Radio Pirata from Puerto Rico, and we've got Bozina from Slovenia, Ramachandra from Watford in England. We have another Bozina in from Edinburgh in Scotland. We've got Gary from St Albans in England. We've got Kim from Cork in Ireland. And we've got Ron from Amsterdam in Holland. And anybody that's coming after this will need to catch up. They'll have to watch the replays. Although we've got Maya just joined us from Hampshire in England. Well, let's give you some numbers, get those done before I forget to do it. So we have an increase of 5 in the 777 plan, taking our numbers there to 45,188. We have an increase of 23 in our registered members to 53,472. The same increase of 23 in our active member count to 3,390. An increase of 2 in the ShareHope Powerline Plan Pro membership to 775. An increase of 2 also in the Easy Team Builder to 1,110. And an increase of 2 in the Success Blueprint to 47. And an increase of 11 in the Best Plan Ever to 630. Okay, let me put those somewhere where I won't lose them rather than in the general jumble. Jungle, all pretty much the same. Oh, we got Maureen in from London in England. I see just joined us as well. Okay, let me just check something because I'm just getting a message from Devyani. Okay. Devyani is still working on the view for the mall. We have agreed that it will be in a subdomain, which is what I always intended, but I perhaps didn't communicate that very well. And that is going to make it easier to do all the programming and things, but she's working on it now. And it won't be very long before we have the mall active. It'll be in a very primitive state. We'll be evolving it, adding in different functions in different phases until we have something magnificent. But initially, it'll be very, very basic, but it will be there and you'll be able to earn commissions from making sales. You'll be able to buy things. It'll all be digital initially. The next phase, we will make it possible for you to sell things, but that will all be digital as well initially. And in effect, you could use it in the same way as ClickBank or JVZoo to promote, you know, to have all our members as affiliates promoting your products, earning a commission from selling your products, whether it's an ebook, a PLR, you know, and all sorts of things that it could be, as long as it's a digital initially. We will be introducing that, so that'll be something that members will be able to take advantage of, as well as us putting things up for everybody to buy. You'll be able to put things up for everybody to buy as well. So, but let's first get phase 1 up and running and working, tested thoroughly, and that will be a big step forward. There are lots of things that we will be adding into it, as I say, be an ongoing evolution, allowing the growth and the expansion of all the potential that there is in having that mall. Vishal today completed the, it wasn't a bug, but it was probably my fault for not explaining things thoroughly in the first place. But it was the effect of the loan on your withdrawals. It wasn't allowing withdrawals from from your available cash wallet if you had a loan. And whilst that's right in certain instances, it's not right in all instances. So that has now, I believe, been corrected and is working. It was quite a hefty project, but he's now back on TIR and we'll be getting that up and running. He'll be working with Devyani tomorrow in linking the WooCommerce payments into our own back end, because we'll be setting up our own back end, which will be a big improvement on what's there at the moment. And then we'll get involved in providing the products in there, which I'm hoping that you will find of real value in helping you find happiness in life and success in business. Okay. We've got Ron in from Amsterdam in Holland, and we got Richard in from Devon in England while I've been talking. Okay. The way that we're going to do the Millionaire Path program will be through a Facebook group. We'll put training in that group. Now that group will only be available to the people that go through the first steps, which are on my blog. And we're going to make everything for the members duplicatable so that you'll have your own totally system organized and become your own brand when you're promoting. You won't be saying, oh, you know, I joined this and Frommy was my sponsor. You'll be able to sit there and say, look, this is a great program. I'm going to show you how to do everything and make a lot of money. And there's a big difference in that. People like to join leaders. In fact, one of the problems that occur in network marketing is people advertise and they advertise and they advertise these plans, and then people go to check it out on YouTube, or normally on YouTube, and see what other people are saying about it. And of course, they get the people that are the top leaders there that have put up videos and things, and they say, "Oh, I want to join under this guy because he's the man." And and so you've done the advertising, but somebody that doesn't really need more people because he can get them like that anyway, is getting your people, and you're struggling trying to put people into your network and they're all drifting off into somewhere else. That's not going to happen with what we're building here. It's going to be done in a totally different way. It'll be copy and paste simple. No real skills. Well, I mean, you need minimal skills that even I could do. Most of you are beyond that level of technical ability. But that is that is what we're putting together, and that'll all be done in training, and there'll also be live help that we'll do through the Facebook group there. You have to join the Facebook group from the link in the blog post, and you will be admitted if you have honestly answered yes to the 3 questions that are the basis of your admission, basically. So when you answer yes, we will check to make sure that what you said is correct and is true. We won't be able to check everything totally thoroughly, but we will be able to check most of it quite simply, and then we'll admit people in. And we're not looking for a lot of people. You know, with 6 people, you can make an awful lot of money. With 10 people, you can make an unbelievable, for most people, amount of money. Don't let being a millionaire put you off. There are lots. I checked on it, and just in the UK, in pounds, there are, and pounds, that's like being at 1.3 or 1.5, depending on the exchange rate, millionaire. There are over 3 million millionaires within the UK. I can't remember what the population of the UK is, but it's a big lump. It's not difficult to become a millionaire nowadays, but people think it is, and so for them it is. But it isn't difficult, because it's something that 3 million people just in England alone have done. And 3 million is a lot of people. Now, if you want to be a billionaire, that's a big challenge. There aren't that many of them, but there are still quite a few. But I sent out a message today. I remember back in the 1940s, probably just after the war, when the football started up again and the football pools came back online, which was, I think they may still have football pools, but I think the lottery really has replaced them in most people's instances. But they used to be a big thing, and all the working class and even middle class, and probably quite a lot of upper class people, did the football pools. And I remember my dad saying, "Wow, £75,000 you can win on the football pools now, £75,000." And that was a huge amount. It was an amount life-changing. It was, well, it's probably the equivalent of about 2 million in today's buying power. Back then in the 1940s, £75,000, probably the equivalent of probably a couple of £1,000,000 today. So that was unattainable. Now a lot of people, there's a lot of people that don't, but there's a lot of people that make £75,000 a year from a job. And there are people that make a lot more than that. And of course, there are people that make less than that. But just to put it into perspective, becoming a millionaire is now something that is really attainable. It's not something you should think, oh, £1 million becoming a millionaire, I can't do that. There's only a few people. Millions and millions and millions of people throughout the world are millionaires. As I say, 3 million of them in England alone. And they're almost, by qualification, if you look at it in US dollars, they're almost multimillionaires. I'm not sure what the figure is for people that are, 750,000, 800,000 heirs, because that is the equivalent of $1 million, roughly, dollars. So to be a dollar millionaire is not something that you should be in awe of. It's something you should be saying, yeah, I can do that. I can join those people. There's millions of them. Why not me? And if you adopt that attitude, you will get there. If you have a positive mindset won't get you anywhere automatically, but a negative mindset will stop you getting anywhere. If you have a predominantly negative attitude and have the odd positive thought, you you're never going to make the grade, quite honestly. But if you have mainly positive thoughts and outlook on life, even if you get these waves of doubt, perhaps, coming at you now and again, you stand a really, really good chance of achieving everything. So as long as you have that positive attitude and you're determined to put that attitude into action, without action, nothing happens. Without action, there is no reaction. Then you can be, do, and have everything that you want in life. And this program that we're putting together now, taking the affiliate mentorship program and the best plan ever, and creating a synergy between the two, is going to make that easier than ever before. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to succeed, because not everybody will do what it takes. Really, it doesn't take an awful lot, but still people won't do what it takes, because there are more people that are overweighed by the negative thoughts. You know, they have more negativity than they do have positivity. And you'll see that, you know, if somebody, well, you'll see it in the news as well. If you ever watch the news, I don't watch it, but you know, what makes the headlines is bad news, it's negativity. And negative thoughts and bad impressions and even lies spread so quickly. And yet somebody does something good and nobody ever hears about it. You know, it takes ages for anybody to ever hear anything about it. There's, you know, it just doesn't spread. And it's the same within here, you know. The negativity overpowers the positivity if you're not very careful. And when you get anything negative at all, you've got to cancel it out. You know, a negative thought, you've got to scrap it. And literally, you can do that by, when you get a negative thought, saying to yourself, no, I cancel that thought. I cancel it instead. And then you put a positive thought in its place. So if you ever get a thought like, well, I'm not sure I can do that, cancel. I am absolutely certain that if anybody can do it, I can, because I'm as good as anybody else. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. And you want to reinforce that. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Probably 10 times for every once that it enters your mind, because that is the power of negativity. You've got to overcome that negativeness, and you've got to do it really forcefully and many, many times. And I've said this on many occasions, you know, that consciously you affirm things, and that is an affirmation, you know. It's just simply saying, I can is an affirmation. And the more you repeat it, the more consciously you go through it, and the more energy you put into that, the more chance it has of getting into your subconscious. And ultimately, your subconscious governs your conscious mind. And so you start acting on the things that you've put into your subconscious, because it's programming your conscious, your reaction to something. You know, something happens and you've been saying, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And something that you would have said, I'm not sure I can do that, it looks a bit difficult. All of a sudden you're going, oh yeah, I'm sure I can do that. It's there once you've got it into your subconscious. And then the further you go, you get it into your superconscious, which takes a lot of effort, a lot of reinforcement, a lot of repetition. Once something gets into your superconscious, it manifests in the world somehow. Okay? So it is important. It is important that you go about life with a positive attitude, eliminate the negatives, but you have to also act in a positive manner. You can't just think in a positive manner and go through life not changing. You've got to act in that positive manner. You've got to take action. But it's there. There was a song, I can't remember who recorded it. I can't remember. I don't think it was from a film. But it's from way back in my youth. You've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. And it's a good song. And it's really, really very true. I'll have to look it up and see who sang it and what year it was. But I remember the song. Okay, enough of that. We've covered the updates. We've covered the numbers. That's right. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Accentuate the positive. Don't go for Mr. In Between. You know, you've got to be really, really focused on the positive side of things. Okay, let's give some money away. Let's share the screen and get to random.org. And that should be coming up soon. I'll check it here in Facebook. Okay, it's there in Facebook. I'm pretty sure it'll be there for everybody. We have numbers 2 to 2767 in the spreadsheet, each number representing an active elite member. And when I click generate, the random.org website will do what it says it will. It will randomly select a number in that range, and then we'll go to the spreadsheet, see who it is, and see how much they're going to get. So let's do it. Boom. And it's 1975. 1975. Where's the spreadsheet gone? There we go. Let me put it in the spreadsheet. 1975. We can stop sharing. I can come back here. I can do another screen share for the spreadsheet. And when that comes up, we'll go and look for who it is. And that's coming up now, and it's there. Boom. So there it is, 1975. Let's see who that is. 1975. And this is interesting. What's he? He's not in Share Hope and he's not in Poverty Crushers, so he's missing $60. He'll get 90. He'll get $90. Paste that in there. I've got the number match good. $90 coming to whoever it is. Let's make that a bit bigger. Rianne Klopp. Oh, Fierce Dragon. I should know who that is. It's a well-established member. I've been with us a long time, Fierce Dragon. I can't put a name to it, but I know the username and I should know who it is, but it's not coming to me. But anyway, there we go. Rian Klopp's going to get $90, and Fierce Dragon, provided he is in this list here, which I'm pretty sure he will be, is also going to get a matching $90. So I'm going to save that. And we'll get them paid in the next 24 hours or so, and we can stop sharing and we can come back here. And have we got any more? Norman Firth says, latch on to the affirmative. Okay. Who sang it, Norman? Do you know? Was it from a movie, or was it just a recorded, was it just a film? I mean, a song. I know it was quite popular. It was a nice catchy tune and really good lyrics. But there you go. He's not Norman, our memory man. He's come to the rescue. Okay. So congratulations to everybody. I am sure that if you want to be a millionaire, you can be a millionaire this year. And I mean that really, really sincerely. But you're going to have to do what it takes to become a millionaire. But there has never, ever been an easier path than the one we are plotting for you today. God bless. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow in our link, streaming on YouTube and also in Facebook group We Share Abundance Publicly. So until then, get out there, start thinking positively, accentuate the positive, okay? And don't mess with Mr. In Between. God bless.